Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first week of the OFC Conference. I'm Daniel Federico, joined by Nick Tazio. Nicky Taz, football is back in Hamilton. The Hamilton Hurricanes take on Sault Ste. Marie College. How are you feeling today, Nick?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is my second year being around the team, and then as you can see right now, the 26 Canes are making their entrance for this game. It's a Week 1 matchup. Two Titanic teams in terms of what they did on the field last year coming into this year. So this is really, I believe, going to set the tone for potentially what the rest of the OFC could look like. But how can you not love being here today?
It's a beautiful afternoon in Burlington, Ontario. We're at Nelson Field. Thank you for Nelson for letting us use their beautiful football field. But I have chills. I'm excited. It's going to be a terrific football game. Sault Ste. Marie College.
It's going to be a wonderful game.
Last season was their first ever season as a team. They went 4-4 and lost in the first round of the playoffs against the St. Clair Saints. What's the expectations, you think, for Sault Ste. Marie College?
Well, they've received a lot of hype in the offseason, and rightfully so. I mean, the new additions to their team have just been extravagant, but also if you look at the returning stars from last year, they just pop off the team sheet. You have Jaden Trudeau, of course, a wide receiver. Sam Mustafa.
4 returning touchdowns last year for Jaden Trudeau.
It's unbelievable what he can do on the football field, as well as number 23, Sam Mustafa. But as you said, thank you to Nelson. Beautiful, beautiful high school, beautiful football field here, and what a grand stage to open up the OFC.
Last season, the Hamilton Hurricanes went all the way to the OFC championship game where they got beat handedly to the St. Clair Saints. They went 6-2 in the regular season, finished third in the standings, and then they beat the London Beefeaters in the first round of the playoffs on a rouge. What's your expectations for the Hurricanes this season?
For this season, I expect more of the same that we saw last year, a tough defense, a really solid running game. And I have high expectations for this team. You know me, I'm a little bit biased, but I believe, like I said, today is going to be a massive, massive sign for how the rest of the conference is going to go for the rest of the season. And the Sioux last year, like they nearly beat St. Clair in the playoffs, so that kind of put a lot of people on notice of what this team can do. But the Hurricanes are definitely ready for the challenge.
Hurricanes coming into this season with a brand new quarterback, starting quarterback in Matt Murray. Last year, he was the second string quarterback to Sam. In those 6 games that Matt Murray played in, he had 618 yards, 7 touchdown passes, and only 3 interceptions. What can we expect? You're around Matt Murray. You're around this team a lot for the Hamilton Hurricanes. What have you seen in training camp in the offseason from Matt Murray?
He's ready to go. Matty Ice is ready to go. That's what everybody's been calling him around practice and then during camp and everything. But he is most certainly ready to go today.
We'll be right back after the national anthem. Talk about another player for the Hamilton Hurricanes, Gianluca Moraca, coming back. He's returning. He's a key part of this offense and this rushing attack. In 8 games played last year, he had 576 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. What's your expectation for Gianluca Moraca?
More of the same from last year. I mean, he is like I said, I've spent a lot of time around this team, and he is a very reliable workhorse running back. He's a very, very quick, nimble on his feet. His cuts are just extremely precise. Runs with a head of steam as well. So definitely be on the lookout for number 28, Gianluca Moraca today, as newcomer at running back, number 34, Miltiades Koulilis, coming from the University of Guelph. He as well will be joining the running back room. Another new Another new names include Jaden Dion and Will Harvey, but this is a huge strength of this Hurricane team is the backfield as well as the offensive line. Where on the team sheet today we only have one starter returning from last year, and that's number 51 at center, Zafai Brooks. But this offense has a lot. It has a different makeup. And although I don't think it will change the identity of this team on offense, it should add a bit more versatility.
Let's talk about a receiver that you're high on, Boston Berry. He's a newcomer, an incoming transfer. How are you feeling about Boston Berry this season?
Boston Berry, number 81, came in from St. Clair. He's a former Saint. He's going to be playing wide receiver today, opposite from Zach Pereira. He is magnetic to watch. Look out for number 81, folks. He is tall. He's strong. He's got great hands. He has great speed as well, separation ability. Just a true mismatch nightmare for a corner to cover. So definitely look out for the 1-2 punch of Boston Berry and then Zach Pereira on the opposite side, as well as, I might add, number 6, Aiden Smith-Balkazoon. He, as well as a newcomer from Westmount, a local high school in Hamilton, Ontario. So definitely be on the lookout for Aiden Smith-Balkazoon, number 6, as well as number 81, Boston Berry. This wide receiver room is definitely going to have a lot of explosiveness, sort of like last year, but I think it could hit a different level this year.
Let's switch to the defensive side of the ball for the Hamilton Hurricanes. Let's take a look at their line-backing core. Hayden Powell, Josh St. Louis, and Anthony Rodriguez returning. They're the focal point of this defense. What's your expectations for them?
We'll start with Hayden Paul, number 36, one of the captains of this team, very reliable, just an anchor in the middle of this defense. Josh St. Louis playing Will. He is a he's a missile. He's a missile. He flies around the football field, laying the boom. Great in coverage as well. And then Anthony Rodriguez, the biggest of the three, going to be playing on the opposite side of Josh St. Louis. He is magnetic as well to watch. This linebacking core returning all starters from last year is going to be, it's going to have a big part in getting a win today, stopping the likes of Sam Mustafa at running back. And then at defensive line, the names are recognizable. Malik Faulkner at defensive end, Hayden Burt, number 97 at D tackle, Juju Trench on the opposite end, and then one newcomer at nose tackle, number 68, Noah Dubbeld. So, as it was last year, the defense is going to be the strong point of this team, and it is what is going to be the engine behind what this team does during the regular season.
Juju Trench, I'm excited to see him play tonight. Get after the quarterback, hopefully a couple sacks, as their Sault Ste. Marie is coming in with a brand new quarterback. Last year, their starting quarterback was Grayson Weber. This year, it's Emerson Peterking. And as we get ready for kickoff, Austin Rojesnowski is ready to kick this ball off to start the OFC season for the both teams. And the kick is off. A deep, booming kick into the end zone. Number 33 picks it up. And he'll be stopped short 3-yard line to start the game. What a booming kick.
Definitely definitely behind the 5-yard line. And yeah, that is the new kicker for this year for the Hamilton Hurricanes, number 47, Austin Wojciechowski. But most people call him, he's known around the team as Wojo. He's got a big leg on him, and as you can see right there, pin the Cougars back behind their own 5-yard line. Well, I guess we'll see when the referee spots the ball here. But definitely a really nice kick to start off this game for the Canes.
A booming kick. It's going to come out to the 20-yard line. Emerson Peterkin starting his first game for the Sault Ste. Marie College. Takes the snap, hands it off, and the D-line's there, but he's trying to bounce out, but the D-line is there, swarmed by a million Hurricane defenders.
And that right there is what Hurricanes defense is all about. Chief in on that tackle right here. You can see number 19, Keenan Aird. Came in from St. Clair, actually, and then you see joining him as well, Hayden Paul, the middle linebacker. So great swarming abilities with this defense, like you just said, Daniel. Once they see the ball, it's like a bunch of guys just focus on where it is and then make a play from there.
Swarm to the ball, attack the ball. That's a tough guy to stop right there. And Sam Mustafa, who had a terrific season last year.
It looks like we have an injured Cougar on the field right now. It's difficult to see from our vantage point what his number is, so the identity of the player is unknown right now, but we hope the young man is okay.
Let's take a look at the sponsors for today. We have Wishbone Athletics, the Hamilton Ticat Alumni Association, Joseph Hollage, Graphic Mart Milton, Luna Local 837, and Unifor Local 555.
Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors with the Hamilton Hurricanes.
Sam Mufasa last season led the whole entire conference in rushing yards. We're about to see another big year from him, but hopefully the Hurricanes can put that to a stop today.
Yeah, hopefully they can. And that's definitely a notable thing for him to be the leader in rushing yards in the OFC last season. Just looking at the amount of sheer talent at running back that already occupies the OFC. So
76 carries, 854 rushing yards, and 8 rushing touchdowns.
The injured player in question is number 66, Anthony Hancock. Being helped out by his teammates right now. It's good to see that they're helping him off the field.
2nd and 9 coming up for the Cougars. Pinned back in their own end. Second and 9. Looking back to pass. Offense.
Escape from Hayden Burt there.
That's a good 2-0 for this Hamilton Hurricanes defense.
I like the awareness from Emerson Peterkin here. He sheds a tackle from Hayden Burt. Another one there from Keenan Aird, even though he kind of goes down after the contact. But just nice awareness from him getting out of the pocket there in the face of danger.
Looking elusive in the pocket early on. As a Sault Ste. Marie College looking to punt it off.
Back to return for the Hurricanes are number 5, Tyrese Gibson, and number 83, Deshaun Buckham.
Low snap. Gets it off. It's going to bounce at the 50-yard line. Looking to pick it up. And he's just going to fall right on it. Here comes Matt Murray and this Hamilton Hurricanes offense for their first series of the afternoon.
Yeah, it was a weird bounce there for the returner, but it is good that he fell on it, saved the possession there for the Hurricanes.
I'm excited to see this offense perform this afternoon with Matt Murray, Gianluca Maraca, Pereira, Barry, Wes Weens too, and the new offensive line, the new rebuilt offensive line for the Hamilton Hurricanes. Matt Murray in his first series as a starting quarterback for the Hamilton Hurricanes. Handing it off. And he gets some yards.
Handed it off there, number 34. That is Miltiades Koulilis, the transfer in from Guelph. And you can see right here the sheer power and where his idea of a good run is, just lowering the shoulder and going right through the middle.
The 1-2 punch of Gianluca Maraca and Milty. It's going to be a storyline right there. Second down, Matt Murray. Dropping back to pass. He's looking deep. Downfield. Incomplete. No flag on the play. Matt Murray showing off his arm talent early on.
Yeah, and the Hurricane sideline want a flag there. They think there was a push-off on Zach Pereira. Pereira had his man beat there. He just wasn't able to get on the end of the throw. Good accuracy from Matt Murray so far. It doesn't surprise me that he starts the game with the bomb, knowing the guy he is. But that one was just a couple inches away from being a massive gain for this Canes offense.
Hurricanes looking to punt it off to Sault Ste. Marie with a dangerous punt returner back there in Trudeau, who had 4 total return touchdowns last season. And a clean punt off Looking back to return it. He gets it. He slips a little bit, and he's going to go out of bounds. Justin Trudeau with the return. The second series of the game for the Sault Ste. Marie College Cougars offense. Emerson Peterkin hoping for a cleaner pocket this drive.
Yeah, quick 3 and out from both teams. I think they're both just trying to get their feet under themselves in this inaugural game of the OFC season in the CJFL. But it's going to be interesting to see what Peterkin can do after already getting a drive in this game.
He's still getting his feet wet. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Cougars in their own end. Handing it back off to Mustasa. He finds a hole. He's breaking, and he sees daylight. All he sees is the end zone. That's where the GPS is taking him, and that's it. The 20-yard line to the 10. Touchdown Cougars to open up the scoring in this one. Sam Mustasa.
What a run there, and what a way to start off this game for the Sault College Cougars. And then great blocking you see from Mustafa. He's able to make a couple quick cuts and sort of bounce to that outside shade of the field. And then the closing speed at the end of that run there is what struck me. Just the way that the gap kept being separated between him and the next closest Hurricane. What a big way to start off for the Sault College Cougars.
Great blocking right there from the Cougars going to the second level. That's what you love to see for a long touchdown run for Sam Mustasa to open up this scoring. And here's the point after attempt. And it's good. 7-0 to the Cougars. What a start there.
Massive start for the Sault College Cougars. And this is where mentality really comes into play for the Hurricanes, is to just kind of take it and have that next play mentality of what do we need to do next to get out of this deficit. So it is not the end of the world, even though it was a very abrupt way to start this game for the Sault College Cougars. But still, good on them. Now it's time to see what the Hurricanes can do to respond.
Let's talk about the left guard right there for a second for Sault Ste. Marie Cougars. Braxton Clark opened up the hole early on for Sam Mustasa and sets him free. And then the offense going into the second gear, second level. That was a textbook run and a textbook play right there by the whole Cougars offense.
Yeah, everybody executed their assignment really well, and that's why it just seemed to look so effortless for Mustafa. Even though in real time, that is a very difficult play to pull off, but good job for the Sault College offensive line, making those holes for Mustafa to run through, and now we're going to see what the Hurricanes can do to respond, and as they trot out their kick return team.
Nick Vecchio ready to kick this ball deep, and he does, but it goes right out of bounds, and the Hurricanes are going to get some solid field position to start their second drive of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they follow up last drive's plays with, where Matt Murray kind of taking a shot right out of the gate. I wonder if they're going to go with that same sort of approach with this drive, or if they're going to go with a more grounded approach with Gianluca Maraca and Koulilis at running back. But still very early on in this game.
Koulias on the field right now. He seems like he's going to be the feature back tonight.
Seems like
or this afternoon, sorry. But that's the amount of weapons that this Hurricanes offense has.
Offense getting set up now. This is an important drive to see if the Hurricanes can get a response.
Zach Pereira out wide on the bottom of your screen. Matt Murray in the shotgun, motion him to go. Handing it back off to Koulias, but he tucks it. He takes it himself, and he finds grass. Stiff arm, trying to get some extra. Going to the out of bounds.
And he gained a few there. He looked like he was going back a little bit too far behind the line of scrimmage. But Matt Murray, that's the athleticism that he employs at the quarterback position as we take another look here. Fakes the handoff super well. Koulilis, everybody believes Koulilis has the ball. And then Murray, of course, with the stiff arm, bam, right there. And he's able to gain a few yards for this Hurricanes offense on second down.
Second and manageable for this Hurricanes offense. Boston Berry on the bottom of your screen. Zach Pereira now on the top of your screen. Three running backs in the backfield, motioning out. Murray handing it off to Maraca, and Maraca's going to get this first down.
That is a big run there. Say hello to the world, Gianluca Maraca, number 28 there, gaining the first down, lowering the shoulder.
This is how they're going to depend on the running game this year and this season with the two. They're going to go heavy on the running backs and heavy on this run game with two features backs and Kulialis and Gianluca Maraca. Fresh set of downs for the Hurricanes. Murray takes a snap, hands it off back to Maraca, and Maraca's going to be stuffed for a short gain.
And Maraca, expect him to see expect him to get a lot of carries in this game.
Expect both of them to get a lot of carries in this game. The run attack is going strong, especially when you have a mobile quarterback in Matt Murray. It opens up your playbook.
It does. It absolutely does. And Matt Murray, as you saw there, is not afraid to take it himself.
Second down for the Hurricanes here. Murray looking back, dropping back to pass with pressure in his face, and it's just out of reach for Pereira.
Same look, same sort of thing. The throw was just too far, intended for Zach Pereira once again. Murray had some time, floated one up, and that one looked a little bit more manageable for Pereira. I think he's kicking himself for that, but still, that's two missed opportunities for the Hurricanes to open the gate.
So far, Pereira is winning that battle right there. It's just coming an inch close, but the Hurricanes are going to have to punt this football away to Justin Trudeau. And he gets the punt off, almost blocked. And he's going to let it bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Cougars offense after a one-play magical drive.
Yeah, and the Cougars, they are playing to their strengths, which is, I think, what the Hurricanes are trying to do, too. They're trying to incorporate their stars, which is why you're seeing continual runs from Gianluca Maraca and Kulialis as well. And then the two shots to Zach Pereira. Look, this Hurricanes wide receiver core in particular, it's got a lot of size, it's got a lot of length, and it's got a lot of athleticism. So I get it. I get taking the chances and trying to put the ball in the hands of guys like Pereira. We haven't seen Barry targeted yet, but we likely will soon. So it's just about kind of hitting that stride.
1st and 10. Perkin rolling out, finds his running back, and he'd be short of the first down.
Big tackle there from number 29, Anthony Rodriguez. Nice job from Rodriguez stopping the play there, stopping the play from growing into a bit more of a threat.
That's Jaden Ralph with the reception right there. He's the two back behind Sam Mufasa.
It's going to be a second and short here.
Second and manageable for Perkin. He's going to hand it off. And the defensive line for the Hamilton Hurricanes were there to swarm them. But let's see where they spot this ball, and it is going to be third down for the Cougars.
And they're going to trunt on their punting squad. That's a win there for this Hurricanes defense. Look, you just got punched in the mouth with a massive touchdown run from Mustafa, and then you go and get a quick 3 and out. That's a win right there. That's called recuperating from your mistakes. So let's see if the offense can take that and channel it into a bit more of a rhythm here.
Two returners back for the Hurricanes. And gets the punt off. But it feels like it's just floating in the air, and it's just going to sit. And it's going to set up the Hurricanes in some stellar field position as the punt drops and lands at the 40-yard line.
It was downed by number 13 for the Hurricanes. It was a very short punt, so let's see if that gives this offense the manageable room that they want to work with.
Great job tracking the football as it bounces, and that is Lucas Bigard. This is great field position for this Hurricanes offense and Matt Murray with Gianluca Maraca being the lone running back in the backfield. 1st and 10. Handing it off to Maraca. He tucks it himself. He's going to take it himself. He's going to cut back, and he slips. And now it's a loss of 1 yard right there. Murray slips on skates.
Yeah, Murray keeps it on the option there, and like you just said, once he slipped, the play was killed immediately.
But it was a great job by this Cougars defensive line breaking off of their block and tracking him quickly.
Yeah, this Cougars defense has been really on the ball so far in terms of kind of swarming to the ball carrier. In terms of a defensive back perspective, it's been a bit more on the rough side with Pereira beating his man 2 times.
2nd and long. Matt Murray dropping back to pass. He's looking for Pereira for the 3rd straight time, and it's going to come up incomplete.
And that ball was just too far outside of Zach Pereira there. That's going to be, I wonder if they're going to trot out Wojciechowski for the field goal attempt or if they're going to do a short punt here. I'm not sure. And it looks like they are going to try for the field goal attempt. Shades of last year with Gabriel Canabrava. Hey, Daniel?
He was my favorite
Kane.
He was my favorite Kane last
He was
season.
your favorite Kane the whole time.
And they are going to punt this
That's gonna
ball
be a short
away to Trudeau. Trudeau has to be on everybody's eyes this season, and he gets the punt off far away in the end zone. A booming punt right into Trudeau, and he's going to try and take this out of the end zone, and he does. He finds a hole. He's trying to find for that sideline, and he does great blocks, but that's a solid return, and he fumbles it. And it's going to be
Hurricanes
Hurricanes football.
What a big tackle there for the Hamilton Hurricanes. Tackle made by number 50, Marlon McPherson. Marlon McPherson, what a great name to utter. He is such a great guy. What a great player as well, and he lays the boom. Also moonlights as a scout team demon of a receiver, if you must know. Have a day, Marlon McPherson.
Number 56, Cooper, along with the fumble recovery there. You don't really see that out of Justin Trudeau often, or never. What a shock that was on the punt return right there. But this sets up this Hurricanes offense and a great situation. They're trying to get Pereira going early on. They just have not been able to do it. I think they're going to have to continue going to the run attack here.
Yeah, I believe they have to. But I do see the appeal in targeting Pereira once again, or even Boston Berry. Just due to the size and the speed that these two have in terms of separating.
Yeah, the mixed match right there.
Yeah.
He has been winning that battle, just could not come up. But they have Kulius and
looked like they tried to run Maraca as the primary quarterback in that play. But
he was about to take a halfback dive right there in the quarterback spot. So what is that, QB dive?
they're getting pushed back now, it seems.
It was in such great field position for the Hurricanes, and the flags fly to let it go. But here we go. Feels like they're trying to do it again. Maraca is in the shotgun. He's motioning. He's the quarterback right now. He's going to take it himself. Good blocking, and he eats up a lot of those yards that they lost on the flag.
Yeah, good gain from Maraca there, closing the distance to the next set of downs. As you can see here, just going through the middle once again, trusting his blockers, and they've been doing a good job with everything so far today. So it's just about kind of continuing that rhythm, and then of course getting into the end zone.
Here comes Matt Murray for the 2nd and 10. Boston Berry at the bottom of your screen and Zach Pereira at the top of your screen, where they've targeted him on the top of the screen 2 times already. Matt Murray dropping back with pressure in his face, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, ball was intended right there for number 88. But let's take a look at the replay here. Murray has enough time, and that looked like it was just a simple miscommunication. It looked like Baroto wasn't ready for that pass, and then he just seems to have bobbled it. So
pressure in Murray's face, didn't have time to assess his receivers. But they're going to try and kick a long field goal to put points on the board.
yeah, I think this is the right call, because at this point it seems like this is trending towards like a slower, lower scoring game. And you got to get points on the board at some point, so it's better to, I think, take your opportunities now. Trust your guy in Wojciechowski to make this long field goal, and then hopefully just cut this Cougar lead down to 4.
Sault Ste. Marie uses their first timeout of the half. What do you think this offense has to do to get going for the Hurricanes?
It sounds so cliche to just say play to your strengths, but I really believe like that is what they have to do in a way. Look at what has worked so far. Running the football with Moraka and Koulibaly, and then even though they have missed the opportunity, Zach Pereira has been instrumental at beating his man. His matchup has not had a good time so far with covering him. So
and it's blocked, and they fumble it. They try to pitch it off after the blocked field goal, and that's going to set up the Cougars' offense. But you are right. Play to your strengths, and what a blocked field goal right there.
And what a reversal of momentum here. Suddenly, the Hurricanes look like they're going to try for an extra long field goal attempt, and then everything just goes up in flames. Fortunately, they recovered it.
But then they try to pitch it backwards.
Yeah, I wasn't too understanding of that.
Get a little scared on that one. But here comes this Cougars offense, who has, besides the one drive of the long touchdown from Sam Mufasa, has really stalled out a little bit. But here comes Perkin. Perkin looking back to throw. Finds Trudeau out wide. He's trying to shimmy off one, but he's not going to shimmy off another one.
Another big tackle there from number 19, Keenan Aird. Great job at recognizing kind of when his man needed help, and then went in and helped out his fellow defender and bringing down Trudeau.
Keenan Aird from Niagara Falls.
From your neck of the woods.
Yeah, from the West Lane product. And then he went to Canada Prep, and then he went to St. Clair, and now he's here for the Hamilton Hurricanes. But second and manageable distance for this Cougars offense. Perkin handing it off to Mufasa. Mufasa fumbles the ball.
And it looks
and it was Jaden Ralph, sorry.
Looks like the Cougars might have fallen on and recovered the football as well. Let's take a look here. And that ball was never totally secured by number 34 at all. So credit to him for falling on it as well, but got to secure it.
Yeah, it was a strange handoff right there. But here comes the punter, Nick Vecchio. But Keenan Aird, well, you said his name quite a bit already.
Yeah.
He's really made his mark for this Hurricanes defense early on.
2 notable tackles so far. Really just making sure his spacing and positioning is so well. He always just seems to be right near the ball, right where he needs to be to make a play. So
high snap, he slips, but he tries to get it off, but it's blocked, and it's off of a Cougars helmet. They're trying to, who's going to bounce on this ball? And it's Hurricanes football. Flags fly. That was an awkward play right there. Gets the punt off. It's blocked, bounces off on the back of one of the linemen's helmets. And it sets up this Hurricanes offense. And now, fantastic. As we're watching the replay, doink.
Yeah, and that ball was recovered by a newcomer to the Hurricanes, if I could just find his name right here. But good job for the Hurricanes at recovering that football, really having the drive to go get it. And this has been a weird first quarter so far. We've seen a couple fumbles. We've seen some special teams debacles.
Matt Murray, 1st and 10, handing it off to Moraka. Moraka, slow start, spinning off one, trying to break off another one, and he does, and he goes right to that contact, and they're trying to drive him for the first down.
And that's why you put the ball in Gianluca Moraka's hands, bouncing off one guy. I would like, if the CJFL could make a stat for yards after contact, Gianluca Moraka would be the nation leader in this, because look at this man run the football. So determined to get that extra yard. The Hurricanes love him. They've loved him. This is his 4th year with the team, so he's a seasoned veteran, not only of the Hurricanes, but of the CJFL. And great to see him doing his thing out there.
Fresh set of downs for the Hurricanes. Murray just going to hand it right back off to Moraka. Moraka, he's just going underneath the defenders, and the O-line's now going to try and push him for some extra yards. And does that give him a first down, enough for the first down, or is it going to be 2nd and short?
And I can't wait to see this replay here because it's going to show just how elusive Gianluca Moraka is. Right here, you see it. Drops the shoulder and then immediately avoids 2 defenders. From there, uses the power of his legs and, of course, the help from behind to gain those extra yards. But, man, Gianluca Moraka, he's really the perfect blend of power and, I would say, agility and speed. He's just a joy to watch.
2nd and short for the Hurricanes. Moraka having a terrific drive. Taking him off for a quick breather as the short yardage team.
143. 143. Thank you. 143.
But I'm loving how Gianluca Maraca is running this rock right now. Shifty.
Absolutely. And then when he needs to, using his power to drive through these Sioux College defenders.
I just love that last play where he's going underneath the defender, ducking his head a little bit. Whoop! I like that play a lot. And then fighting for those extra yards. Now it's 2nd and short.
Big drive here for the Hurricanes, continuously finding themselves in just prime position to capitalize and score some points.
And that's what's been hurting them the most is not capitalizing on these situations. But hopefully they can on this drive. Murray motioning them out, handing out to Colises. And he's going to try and fight. But did the Cougars stand tall? Let's see where they place the football. And it's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, no yards gained there from number 35, taking the handoff. As you can see, just runs into a couple of Sioux defenders who then just converge on the ball carrier and bring him down.
Jaden the Gen.
Probably lucky it wasn't a loss of yards, to be honest. But still, now they're going to likely try for the field goal attempt, try to get some points on the board. Must be a little bit frustrating for this Hurricanes team and coaching staff now that they've gotten down here so far down the field. And
they're going short yardage unit here. And there's another flag. And it's going to be most likely on the Hurricanes.
And that might just squander their attempt to push for the first down on this 3rd and short.
Late substitution was the penalty call. It looks like they're still going to try and go for this, as it's 3rd and around 5 yards.
Yeah, the man who's going to take the ball here is going to be Koulibaly, number 34.
High snap. Gets it. He's trying to find a hole, trying to bounce it outside. He does with the stiff arm and more. He's going to eat that contact, and he's going to just tiptoe around the sideline, and that's going to move the chains for the Hurricanes.
What a great run from Koulibaly here. Bounces out further than he wants to outside, but look at the speed as soon as he gets around the corner, stays in bound. Looks like an absolute load to bring on the ground.
The run attack for this Hurricanes offense is firing on all cylinders. Let's see if they can get this passing game going.
It's a good part of the field for Murray to kind of play around and see if he can find a target.
Let's highlight Boston Berry on the bottom of your screen. But Koulias is going to take this handoff again, going to bounce outside and he gets a great gain again with defenders slipping off of him.
Absolute great running there from Koulibaly.
20 seconds. 20 seconds for another Hurricane first down.
You can see the replay again. Takes it, bounces to the outside once again. Likes using this outside shade of the field.
It's working, using his explosive speed on the outside and having defenders slip off of his back. And now, for the first time today, the Hurricanes offense is in the red zone.
Red zone alert for this Hurricanes offense. Very excited to see what they do with their field positioning.
Luca Maraca back in the game. 2 running backs in the game right now. He's going to take this himself. And he does. Patience running by Gianluca Maraca, but he's going to be seed. He saw a lot of Cougar defenders instantly right there, but that's the end of the first quarter. Cougars 7, Hurricanes nothing going into the second quarter as they're going to switch the side of the field.
Just a thank you to our sponsors for this game, Wishbone Athletics, Hamilton Tidecat Alumni Association, Joseph's College, Graphic Mart Milton, Leona Local 837, Unifor Local 5555, and as well Mike Bragg Realtors.
A solid opening quarter of this OFC play for the first time this year. Exciting start for the Cougars too with the Mustafa touchdown run. But here we go. Second and Murray looking to pass early in the end zone, and the route just couldn't come up.
Yeah, the route was not developed enough yet to take a strike that quickly. It seemed like he knew who he wanted to throw the ball to, Pereira, but Pereira wasn't. He didn't have enough time to really get his route under him, and because as you can see in the replay, he breaks and the ball's already thrown as soon as he breaks.
The route couldn't develop, but they're going for it. Third down in the end zone. Kuila spread beside him. Pereira motioning in. Murray looking in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Cougars stand tall.
And that was nearly an interception in the end zone. Instead, it's going to go down as a pass deflected. But as you can see here, Murray has the angle he wants, looking for Wes Weens in that back corner of the end zone.
There was a flag on the play, but it's against the offensive line of the Hurricanes. And that's a turnover on downs for the Hurricanes. And here comes this Cougars offense pinned back in their own end zone. You could hear a pin drop when Murray threw that in the back of the end zone. Everyone was holding their breath.
Well, it might just be from our angle too, but as you're seeing the replay here, from where Daniel and I are, that looked like it was going to connect for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the ball is floated into the air, and it's actually funny because the one to break up the pass was Sam Mustafa. He just broke on the ball immediately, got his hands on it, didn't end up picking it off, but still, it was a well-needed play from this Sault College defense to keep the Canes out of the end zone.
First and 10 for the Cougars. Looking back to pass in his own end zone. Trying to go right to him and incomplete.
And that is number 44, Tyson Paul, with the pass breakup there. And look at the replay. Paul stays with his man, isn't phased once, and gets his hands on the ball, is able to disrupt that passing opportunity.
Alfonso Keela was the target. We're seeing a good matchup with the defensive backs and the receivers so far today. And now second in his own end zone for the Cougars. He's looking back to drop again. Pressure in his face. Pass caught, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Cougars.
What a big catch there from number 81. That's Aaron Beachy. You can see here Peterkin takes a bit of time and then throws a missile to Beachy. Beachy adjusts in midair, catches it, and brings it in for a fresh set of downs.
With the big defensive lineman of the Hurricanes in his face, and he got the pass off for a fresh set of downs. First and 10, Perkin. Handing the ball off to Mustafa. Mustafa's going to be met immediately.
Very nice job from the Hurricanes defensive line here. Mustafa tries to go right through the middle. And among the players getting in on the tackle there are, of course, number 19, Keenan Aird, coming flying in. But as well involved, I believe, was Hayden Burt, and then number 92, Adam Dawson, with the big stop.
2nd and 9 for this Cougars offense. Peterkin. Fakes the handoff, rolling to his right. And he's trying to command downfield, incomplete. No flag on the play.
Once again, great coverage from Tyson Paul, sticking right by his man, number 83.
Let's look at this play, though, on this replay. Perkin still commanding downfield. That seems like a veteran quarterback play right there.
But at the same time, I'm watching Peterkin there, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's going to take off with the ball. He has nothing but wide open space in
Yeah,
front
he had a
of him,
bunch of green grass in front of him.
yeah, that would have been enough to pick up another fresh set of downs, but instead was trying to look for Afonso Kiala, excuse me. But Tyson Paul was there to say, not happening today.
And they're going to punt it off. The punts really have not been going their way so far. And he gets it off this time. Almost blocked. It's going to come down, bounce at the 55-yard line, and it's hard to return.
Yeah, the punt happens here, and then another weird bounce for this Hurricanes returner. I believe this is Tyrese Gibson. But luckily falls on it as well, and then is going to set up a fresh set of downs for this Hurricanes offense around midfield.
Antoine Daly with the return right there to jump on that ball. Hurricanes starting to gain some momentum after that drive. Let's see if they can do it. Gianluca Maraca did get hurt at that final play of the first quarter, so Kialis is most likely going to be the feature back until he's ready to return. Murray dropping back, throwing it down in the middle of the field, and he sees nobody, incomplete.
I believe that ball was intended for Zach Pereira. As you can see, Matt Murray takes the snap, looks over the middle. He's been trying to utilize the middle of this field for quite some time. Actually, now that I see the replay, it could have been intended for number 88, Michael Baroda, as you can see on your screen, right where the ball kind of falls flat.
The routes just haven't been developing quickly or quick enough for this Hurricanes offense, and now it's another 2nd and 10. Murray connecting deep, incomplete, or intercepted. Cougars bringing it down the sidelines on the 40-yard line, the 30-yard line, the 20. Great block, and that's going to be a Cougars pick 6.
There's a late flag on the field, so we'll see if this brings the play back or if this is going to end up being a 14-0 game. Pick was made by number 25, Russell Bobrun. Nice run back from Bobrun, was utilizing his blocks on the way to the end zone. Here's the replay. Murray is looking for Smith Balkasoon right there, overshoots him, and then finds Bobrun instead.
Look at this block coming up by number 18. Boom!
That block is made by Shadrach Kasongo, the halfback, to lead his teammate Bobrun into the end zone.
But because of that block right there, that the pick 6 is coming back. But great field position for the Cougars offense.
Absolutely.
If it was just a little bit in front of him, that would have been a clean block, and it would have been a nice pick 6. But also, it's been hard getting Murray going so far.
It's been very difficult getting Murray going so far. He's looking for. He seems to be doing everything right in the moment. I don't know if it's the routes that aren't developing or what, but
Sam Mufasa taking outside. He slips a little bit in contact immediately. It feels like it's been a slippery slope today here at Nelson.
We've seen a couple of slips so far. Now you brought that up. Mustafa is tackled from behind here by number 97, Hayden Burt.
Hayden Burt, you're going to hear his name a lot. Haven't heard much about Juju Trench yet. He has been getting in the backfield, but Perkin has been getting rid of that ball quickly.
Yeah, he's been getting rid of it very quickly, just commanding the field really well also.
2nd and 9 for the Cougars. Perkin looking back to pass. Quick throw. Caught. And he's been caught, but that's going to be another first down for the Cougars.
Ball's completed to number 2, Marcus Williams. Williams, with a really nice run inside here, is able to pick up a fresh set of downs for the Cougars.
Quick throws for this Cougars offense right there. And that's what's kind of what I'm going to see. They're going to start doing that a lot more, it feels like. Get the ball out of Perkins' hand quickly. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. Mufasa being the lead blocker. A lot of time in the pocket. Pass caught off his hands. Incomplete.
And that is going to be a flag afterwards. The hit laid by number 8, Tyler DeGraff at safety.
Tyler DeGraff thought he caught the ball. Didn't realize it was still in the air. That could have ended up being an interception just right off the hands of the Cougars receiver.
The Hurricanes having a bit of an issue with, it seems like, flags and penalties here.
Cougars are going to be in the red zone after that flag. Tyler DeGraff with the flag right there.
It's going to back this Hurricanes defense right up to the end zone here. We've seen this Sault College offense operate with efficiency as is, but I believe this is the first time we're going to see them in the red zone.
Yeah, it's a timeout by the Cougars here. But yeah, it'd be the first time in the red zone or in the end zone today, because the only ginormous play they had was that, what was that, an 80-something yard run to the house by Sam Mustafa.
Yeah, very big run from Mustafa. I think it might have been their second possession of the game.
Yeah, it was their second possession, first play of the game, or first play of that drive for this Cougars offense. But here we go, 1st and goal. Taking a play out of the Hurricanes offense right here. The backup quarterback is in, and he's going to take it himself. He sees a hole, but he tried to cut back inside, and he slip up a little bit. Also, breaking news, Canadian news. Canada's women's team for flag football is going to the Olympics in 2027.
Yeah, that run was made by number 4, Nick Jokic.
Nick Jokic, the second-string quarterback, he's still in. He's kind of the red zone guy, I'm gonna guess, because he's still in the game in the shotgun, motioning out, handing the ball off to number 84, and he gets to that end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
Scored by number 84, Rylan Varco. Varco with the nice handoff reception there, and is able to cut into the end zone. Really, it was
great play design right there.
Yeah, and it made it look effortless. It really did. So,
and this makes it scary for this Cougars offense when they have a 2-quarterback system that you can do that. And with Jokic in the red zone as a red zone quarterback, that's scary right there. That's a great offense right there.
Yeah, it is. It's looking to be a pretty clinical offense, and we just got to see if this Hurricanes defense can adjust to it. And
Vecchio for the point after. And it's good. A 14-0 game for the Sault Ste. Marie College Cougars.
Still some time in the second quarter for the Hurricanes to get some points on the board. It seems like it's likely going to come on the ground, if anything. There seems to be some struggles through the air.
And losing Gianluca Moraca is going to be a big missing piece to this offense. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully we see him back in this game, and hopefully it's not serious, because we've talked about him numerous times. He's my favorite running back. He's your favorite running back in the OFC.
Yeah, and it's just a shame to see him go down on, like, one of the, I guess the inaugural day of the OFC season. So hopefully it's not bad and he can make it back. And who knows? I don't know if we'll see him in this game. I don't know the severity of the injury. So, but it's good that they have a very good backup in place with Koulibaly to kind of take over the brunt of the carries at running back.
Robert Griffin back to return, or Deshaun Buckham, sorry, back to return for the Hurricanes. And the kick is off. They're kicking it right to him instantly. Let's see a big return out of the Hurricanes. He's bringing it out. He sees a hole, and that's a solid return for this Hurricanes special teams.
And we have an injured Hurricane on the ground. It looks like that's number 56, Cooper Long. Long is up now, though, so it's good. He might have just been a little bit banged up on that play, but what a head of steam that Buckham was running with on that return.
Deshaun Buckham. here comes this Hurricanes offense, struggling early on in this game. Matt Murray can't get on the same page as his receivers. The run game, though, has been strong. The offensive line has been doing a terrific job in the run blocking. But if there's a drive in this game to get going, it has to be this drive. You're down 2 scores halfway through the second quarter, or midway through the second quarter. Matt Murray handing the ball off. He's trying to step outside, but he's met by these Cougars defenders.
Yeah, Coulibaly was unable to get the edge that he's grown so familiar with over the course of this game so far.
Got to talk about this Cougars defensive line has done a terrific job on breaking off of the blocks and attacking the ball carrier.
Yeah, with the exception of a few runs, they've been pretty on the ball. Not to make a pun, but they've been pretty good at swarming to the ball carrier and eliminating running lanes.
2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. Murray looking to pass, rolling out of the pocket. He's going to use his legs, but he keeps his eyes downfield. Pass complete to number 80. He brings it. That's a massive gain for this Hurricanes offense. Number 80, Wes Weens.
Wes Weens getting his first reception of the day. Great job from Matt Murray buying some time, and then boom, the floater over the top into the hands of Weens. Biggest completion of the day for the Hurricanes. Weens able to get a bunch of yards there, and now this Canes offense is moving down the field.
Matt Murray being athletic, rolling out of the pocket, using his legs to his advantage to find Wes Weens downfield. 1st and 10. Handing off to Coulibaly. And he finds a massive hole. He's taking it to the sidelines. And he's going to be bumped out of bounds. But they're in the end zone. They're in the red zone.
Great run there from Coulibaly, seeing the power that he runs with here. Gets through the middle, cuts to the outside, following the blocking there from Zach Pereira, who's doing a great job, by the way. And then it takes a really strong effort to bring down Coulibaly. This offense is starting to hum a little bit.
Great job by the offensive line right there, creating that ginormous hole for Coulibaly. And for a ginormous gain. And here we go. 1st and goal. Hurricanes' 2nd trip to the red zone today. Matt Murray hands it back off to Coulibaly. But trying to go down the middle, and he's met instantly.
Yeah, met instantly by number 7 on this Hurricanes defensive line. Jonathan Davis is the first to meet Coulibaly in the middle right here. Davis brings him down for a gain of no yards.
The defensive end, Jonathan Davis. The Hamilton Hurricanes. Sault Ste. Marie College calls the timeout here. And honestly, a smart time to take a timeout.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, just to kind of get your bearings after a couple of really successful plays, and then just take a moment, take a beat to see what would be the logical play in order to punch this ball in the end zone down 2 scores.
I think this is going to be 3-down territory for the Hurricanes here because they have to get a score on the board, and the kicking game doesn't seem like it's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's always going to be more beneficial, as you know, Daniel, because you coach football yourself, to just get in the end zone. And I think there's like a huge mental thing when it comes to that. Just seeing how difficult it is to actually get there itself, and then finally breaking through, scoring your first points of the game. Sometimes it just makes it easier from there on out to score. So maybe that's something that the Hurricanes are going through right now. Like maybe they're looking through 4 specific avenues just to get the ball in the end zone. And a lot is working, including the running of Coulibaly. And then I believe the routes have been good enough to get guys open in the end zone. It's just got to get the ball there.
Coulibaly taking it himself. He's trying to bounce outside. He drops the shoulder on one defender. He's trying to hit the corner, but he's going to be met and dragged out of bounds, and that's going to be a flag. So this could set the Hurricanes up. And beautiful situation here.
Yeah, it's a big horse collar penalty there on Coulibaly. Coulibaly was going in the end zone. He was rounding the edge. He already had the defender beat, which is why they had to kind of resort to a tackle like that. But the Hurricanes are getting closer and closer to this end zone. It's going to be a 2nd down here, a very big 2nd down for this team. And it looks like we're going to get some new personnel for both squads coming onto the football field here.
Coulibaly, the featured back now since Gianluca Maraca left the game at the end of the first quarter. Here we go. It's going to be a fresh set of downs, and it's going to be first and goal for the Canes on the 1-yard line.
First and goal. Hurricanes setting up on the Cougars 1-yard line.
Matt Murray back in the game. Jaden DeYang and Kulias in the backfield. Same with Michael Barada. Matt Murray takes it, and he's stuffed on the 1-yard line. Great, strong play by the Cougars right there.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a quick second down. As you can see, Dejuan had no room to run at all. Stopped by Mathewson. It's going to bring up a very important second down. This is a huge, and it's been quite a big drive for this.
It is going to be
as well.
a 3-down territory for this Hurricanes offense, no matter what. Barada on the right side of Murray. Kulias loading out. They fake the handoff, trying to throw it, and it's short.
That is going to be a short pass attempt intended for Wes Weens, who had the big play to kind of get them all the way down to this side of the field, but did not fall for the Hurricanes. Going to bring up a 3rd down, and let's see if they go for it, if they send out Wojciechowski to send it through the uprights.
It's going to be 3rd and goal for the Hurricanes.
And it looks like they're going to go for it here. They're going to put Kulilis under center as
Just
they
like
did last time.
Just like what I was saying, it's 3-down territory for this Hurricanes offense. It's 3rd and goal on the 1-yard line. Kulias takes the snap, and he sneaks in, jumps over the offensive line, and that's a touchdown. The first touchdown this year for this Hamilton Hurricanes offense.
Have a day so far. Miltiades, Kulilis, what a performance you're having so far. And what a wonderful touchdown run right there, using the power and the aggression to surge into the end zone, break that goal line, and get some really meaningful points on the board for the Hurricanes.
Great play, just jumping into the end zone and put 6 on the board for this Hurricanes team. That was a terrific drive for the Hamilton Hurricanes right there. And I knew it. Once we were in the red zone, it was 3-down territory for this Hurricanes offense.
Absolutely. And they're hungry for points, as you can see with the insistence of going for it on 3rd down. They had to, really, but still, it's been a pretty good turnaround overall, I would say. There's still some aspects of the team that
feels like they're finally finding their groove.
Yeah.
And the first point after was good. It's a 7-point ball game now, 14-7.
Well, it's like we said before too. Like we both kind of agreed, you and I, that the points for the Canes look as if they're going to come on the ground, and they did. And that is likely what's going to be the reason that if they do win this game, or if they do score a lot more points in this game, I still believe it's going to come on the ground with Kulilis. Even a mixture of some other running backs. Like, this is a very deep running back room with the Hamilton Hurricanes. Of course, Gianluca Maraca was injured earlier on in the game, which kind of takes away a little bit of the dynamic ability between these guys. But still, it's a very, very loaded room, and it's still going to have an impact on the rest of this game.
Solid drive, getting their feet wet, getting comfortable in this game. And the ball falls off the tee. Ready to kick this ball away. Cougars offense, it was humming at one point, and it feels like it's slowing down. This Hurricanes defense doing anything and everything that they can.
Well, this Hurricanes defense is tough to play against, and they are nasty and violent and will do anything they can to stop the progress of the other team.
A short kick, going to bounce right out. It's going to bounce out of bounds. And here comes Emerson Peterkin, having a solid day so far.
Yeah, he's playing it. He's playing it the way he should. He's taking what's been given to him by the defense, and then mixing in some healthy runs by Mustafa has obviously, looking at the scoreboard, been beneficial for this team. But Peterkin's playing this game exactly as he should. And then, of course, them incorporating Jokic in on what looks to be,
Yeah,
wants to be goal line packages is helpful, too.
Those plays in the end zone was terrific. Great package over there
Yeah.
for the Cougars. But here we go. Cougars, 1st and 10. 5 minutes remaining in the half.
Look out for Jaden Trudeau, folks. He's right at the bottom of your screen in white.
Handing
in
it
blue,
off to
excuse me.
Mufasa. Mufasa finds a hole. He pushes off one. He tries to go to the outside. 1st down, cutting back in, and he sees, and he's going to be caught. Great, strong run by Mustafa.
Yeah, and some missed tackles there from the Hurricanes defense as Mustafa was scampering down the sideline there and gained more yards than I thought he would. Cuts outside, follows his blockers really well.
He's a very patient runner, and that's what you like to see. Following his blocks, creating his own holes if he has to. Sam Mufasa led the OFC in rushing yards last season. And a fresh set of downs for Perkin and this Cougars offense, looking to put some more points on the board. Mustafa, patience running, but great play right there by this defensive line of the Hamilton Hurricanes.
That's Hayden Paul right there, crashing through the A-gap to stop Mustafa there. Kind of wrapped himself around Mustafa's ankle, tripped him up a little bit, and allowed another defender to come in and finish the job.
Paul playing in the box a lot today.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a very commanding player, and he's a very good run stuffer, as you can see right there.
2nd and 11. Perkin looking to fall. Pass completed to number 81, but it's going to be a short gain for this Cougars offense. Number 81, Aaron Beachy.
Beachy's had a few passes thrown to him so far, and this time he was really covered well, and Keenan Aird once again on the tackle. Josh St. Louis there as well as Tyson Paul, the triumvirate to bring him down.
After this will be 3 minutes. Hamilton getting the ball back with 3 minutes remaining in the half is a ginormous opportunity here.
Yeah, absolutely. More than enough time for them to make something happen at the tail end of this half.
Antoine Daly back to return for the Hurricanes. And Jaden Gian, but it's going to bounce into the end zone, picked up by Daly. Daly trying to hurdle somebody, but he's caught.
Hurricanes are going to start backed way up into their own end zone now. Red zone, excuse me.
After a terrific offensive display by the Hurricanes last drive where they put their first points of the ball game on the board, they're hoping to repeat that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoping to use some of that momentum that they kind of accrued in the last offensive drive and see if they can unleash it on this one.
Murray dropping back to pass. And he throws it deep to number 6. And it's caught.
Massive catch there from Aiden Smith-Balkasoon. Was somewhat underthrown, but Balkasoon adjusts in real time and was able to bring it down safely as well. Also, to say, Boston Berry was wide open there, and we haven't seen a ball thrown to him yet, but it just goes to show you the amount of sheer talent spread all across this wide receiver room and how there's so much to look out for that someone's going to be left open.
Feels like Matt Murray's starting to get comfortable in this offense, handing it off. And he's trying to cut outside. Sees the first down marker, and he gets to it.
Nice running from Kulalus there. Gets the first down again. He's on his way to having a really monster game on the ground here.
Kulius playing terrific right now. Matt Murray's getting comfortable. The running game is getting comfortable. Feels like the whole team of Hamilton is getting comfortable in this game, and it just took a quarter and some to get comfortable. And I think that's pretty normal for week one of the OFC. I know this is a tough matchup against Sault Ste. Marie College as they were coming into the season with a lot of hype.
It looks like we have a Hurricane being looked at here. This looks to be number 67, Daniel Omorobe. Hopefully Omorobe is okay.
He was the transfer coming in, right?
Yeah, he came in from played at with the Okanagan Sun out west in the BCFC for a little bit.
One of the best teams in the Canadian Junior Football League.
Absolutely. So he comes in primed and ready to maul some defensive ends in this Hurricanes offense. So Tyler Bevan and Scott Klinn, two defensive coaches, discussing what they've seen on the field so far as we wait for a resume of play here, but Omaroba is still being checked out, so hopefully he's doing okay. We've seen a lot so far. We've seen a lot. We've seen some missed opportunities. We've seen opportunities come about just out of thin air almost. But
Especially, you're talking about thin air. How about that rush to start the scoring today
Yeah.
from Mustafa? That
yeah,
highlight reel play right there, and backed up in their own end zone, and he takes it all the way to the house.
and you know what? It is just like you said a few minutes ago too. It's still week 1, and this might be the most week 1 game I've ever seen in my life, where teams are. You see them shaking the offseason off. And
Yeah,
it's a
they're
long
shaking the
offseason.
rust off a little bit, but it feels like they're about to have 2 quarters under their belt, and it feels like the second half we're going to see a lot more explosive plays. But here we go, 2nd and short. Murray handing it off to Kulias. Kulias cuts outside. Kulias to the 40-yard line. Kulias trying to stiff arm again, but he's going to be tackled
Cooley's brought down out of bounds.
at the 35-yard line. Kulias having a strong running game today.
The power that he runs with is just awesome to watch. It is just awesome to watch. He runs with, it looks like he runs with anger, but he probably, after talking to him a few times,
Not an angry guy.
he's the most laid back, chilled, down-to-earth guy out there, Milty. But he is, man, I would not want to be the one charged with tackling
You
him.
could see the explosive power that he brings to this game, dominating the hole.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go, fresh set of downs. Matt Murray looking to throw. Pereira just off the fingertips.
And that's, Pereira's had multiple passes thrown to him so far. Again, still coming out of his break.
It feels like with the pressure generated in Matt Murray's face early on, that the routes are not being able to develop.
Yeah, credit to him. He's getting the ball out really early.
Yeah, that's what you love from your quarterback.
Yeah, he's getting the ball out really early. But it's just too early enough for the receivers to recognize it coming out of their breaks, it looks like.
2nd and 10 for the Hurricanes. Jaden DeYoung in the backfield. And there's another flag on the play. Timeout. Hurricanes using one of their timeouts with a minute 22 on the clock in this second quarter of play.
122 on a hole. 122 on a hole.
But overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing for both teams in this first half, especially the Hurricanes. We can see how this offense has so many playmakers, and once everything gets going, especially that running attack, it can really, really be a successful season for this Hurricanes.
This Hurricanes offense has a lot of talent, and I think everybody knows that. I think everybody knows that this team is talented. It's just, I think that they are still trying to find a way to unleash that talent, if that makes
And
sense.
it takes time, you know.
It
It's
does
week
take
one.
time. It does take time. But this is look, there's only a minute and a bit remaining in this first half. Still another whole half of football to play. The score is only a 7-point difference. So this game is far from over, and I believe at halftime we're going to see some good adjustments.
Matt Murray dropping, pressure coming, looking downfield. Caught, touchdown Hurricanes!
Wes Weens, touchdown number 80, second big catch of the game. Have a day, Wes Weens. And what a beautiful throw from Matt Murray.
With
there, too.
pressure in his face, coming, throwing a beautiful ball right in the bucket to Wes Weens. Touchdown Hurricanes.
Yeah, that throw had great touch on it, and Murray had a lot of time to survey the field, make his throw, and as you can see right there, the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes'
able to,
offense is humming now.
Yeah, now they're humming, and now they're able to, if they convert this, tie this game up. But what a play!
What a beautiful pass by Matt Murray. And tie it up here, the point after attempt.
Austin Wojciechowski with the kick, and the ref is going to drop the flag. And it's going to be
Clock violation.
And that is yet another penalty on the Hurricanes.
But what a beautiful play right there by the Hurricanes. You know, once they can get this air attack going, I think that's where they can ultimately turn this game over in their favor. Because we've seen it early on, the receivers winning the battles early on, especially Zach Pereira in the first quarter with the first two passes his way. Oh, sorry. His way. And for the PAT, it's up. And we got a tie ball game on our hands.
We got a tie ball game. Now this is going to be interesting to see if the Cougars decide to kind of play it casual, almost run out the clock a tiny bit, or if they try to catch the Hurricanes not looking.
Like
and
I was
get some more points on the board before halftime.
Like I was just saying before their drive started, they're getting the ball back with 3 minutes remaining in the half.
Yeah.
It was a perfect opportunity, and they capitalized on that opportunity right there.
Yeah, they did. They really, really, really did. And it was good. I think it's good for Matt that he was able to have that throw happen.
He needed that. He needed that pass because we could
confidence.
see it. We saw in the last 2 drives, Matt Murray was getting comfortable, especially in the pocket, using his legs a lot more to create more time and not forcing the passes when pressure is in his face. And that was a perfect example on how he is settling in this game. And it's a 14-14 ball game here.
Yeah. Yeah. And in terms of because knowing Matt Murray, he's a very confident guy. He's and he should be.
St. Paul Catholic alumni, my high school.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's the connection from Daniel Federico and Matt Murray.
A squib kick picked up by Trudeau at the 10-yard line. Trudeau trying to find a hole, and he does. Still trying to be caught, and he's going to be caught roughly around the 40-yard line.
But to go back to what I was saying about Matt Murray, I don't think he lost confidence on some of these plays, the missed throws, and then the interception.
It's normal, too, for the way that he was playing in the first quarter, week 1, playing the first-team defense. That's what I like to say when it's week 1. And now he's comfortable. He's starting to get comfortable. Remember, he was just the second-string quarterback last year. And then with Sam leaving, what a tremendous job Sam did last year for this Hurricanes offense. And then now he's taking the keys over for the offense and settling in pretty smoothly, I have to say.
Yeah, he adds a different dynamic, I would say, to the offense that what Karras did last year. And I think it opens up different avenues for this team as we got to play here. Big player for the big run there from Emerson Peterkin, taking it himself.
Peterkin taking it himself for a massive gain, too, with just under 1 minute remaining in the first half.
I think Peterkin answered my question in terms of whether they're going to be casual and run out the clock or be aggressive and score more points.
Seems like they're going to be doing both on this drive because we're probably going to see a pass through the air right here, and we are. Peterkin dropping back to throw deep, and the ball is just out of the reach.
Yeah, I was looking for Beachy. Aaron Beachy's had he had a pass thrown to him last drive as well. He didn't gain too many yards, but first time we've really seen Beachy go long like that, covered by number 19 Keenan Aird. And might I say, Aird for a linebacker was keeping
He was
up
moving
very, very, very well
Zoom,
with
zoom.
Beachy.
He was moving, man. He's honestly all over the field today, and that's what you like to see out of your linebacker right there, showing off the athleticism. But here we go, 2nd and 10. Peterkin dropping back to pass again. So much time in the pocket. The middle of the field, caught.
Went right back to Beachy. Nice throw and catch, first down for the Cougars.
Loses his helmet on the play. Beachy been the #1 target for Peterkin this afternoon. 42 seconds remaining in this first half. Peterkin handing the ball off on a wide receiver sweep, and it's going to go for a loss of around 2 yards right there.
Yeah, he handed it off here. It looked like to Ryder Vasco, and then Vasco is down by Luca Gallo and number 29 Anthony Rodriguez as well for a gain of no yards.
32 seconds remaining in the first half. Peterkin and this Cougars offense is humming on this drive. Peterkin back to Pass again. He's rolling out to the right. He's going to use his legs this time. He sees a lot of grass. He's going to cut back outside. Shimmies off one, and he's going to stiff farm out of bounds. What a run by Peterkin right there.
Still 15 seconds remaining. Peterkin with another massive run here. As you can see, loves the right side of the field, loves rolling to his right.
And then look at a little bit of the stutter steps, too, that he does here. Whoop!
Nice cuts from Peterkin as well, and then having the foresight to get out of bounds. It's game intelligence right there, stopping the clock. 12 seconds actually remaining, so that's my bad to the folks.
I think they're going to take 2 shots in the end zone here with Peterkin's strong arm. And then ultimately, if they have one more chance, they're going to try and go for the field goal here. That's just how the drive's going to look out for the rest of the first half. Peterkin looking in the end zone deep to number 6. One-on-one coverage incomplete. That was to Malachi Price.
Really nice coverage there from number 9, Luca Gallo. Absolutely left no space for his man to create separation from him. Even turns around, nice play recognition, almost got a hand on the ball. Just another day for one of the league's best DBs in Luca Gallo.
And they're going to come out and take or attempt the field goal here. Trudeau, the holder for this field goal. Snap off, hold good, kick is good. And that's the end of the first half. The Cougars are going to go into halftime up 3. What a beautiful kick that was, the end of the half. And this Cougars offense was humming on all cylinders to end the first half. Overall, though, I got to say, both teams are playing very, very well in week 1 of this OFC play.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen good things from both sides. Only a 3-point game. Cougars lead the Hurricanes 17-14. Let's see what the second half has in store for us.
I think we're going to see a lot of big plays in this second half, but we'll see. We'll hear back from you guys in the second half here. I'm Daniel Federico. That's Nick Tazio of this OFC Week 1. Alrighty, we're back for second half action of Week 1 here. Hamilton versus Sault Ste. Marie College Cougars. Cougars up 17-14. Solid first half.
Yep.
Dusting off the rust. Both teams are. Seems like the Hamilton Hurricanes are finally finding their rhythm, but the Cougars aren't going away, and obviously they're in the lead right now, but it feels like both teams have it figured out after 2 quarters of play.
Yeah, really impressed with the way the Hurricanes finished the first half. Matt Murray with the big long touchdown pass to Wes Weens in the end zone, of course, tied the game up for them. But then conversely, I'm also impressed by the way the Sioux was able to rally and then score that extra 3 points to break the tie.
That was
and go ahead by 3 at
a textbook ending to the half for the Sault Ste. Marie College Cougars. And they're kicking it off. The second half is underway here in Burlington, bringing it out. And he's going to get a nice solid return here. He's bouncing off another one, but he's going nowhere, and he's going to be dragged down at around the 45-yard line. 45-yard line.
Nice solid return for them. Good enough for them to get in good field position to work with, you know. They got a quarter of the field pretty well behind them, and then the rest to work with. Matt Murray coming off the big touchdown pass to Wes Weens.
Beautiful pass.
Yeah, let's see if that helped kind of fuel him a little bit more throughout the rest of this game, but going to be interesting. Going to be a very interesting second half.
First drive of the second half for the Hamilton Hurricanes. Matt Murray handing it off to Kulialis. Massive hole, cuts outside, and he's going to try and take some extras, and he does. He's stopped at the 50-yard line. A massive gain to open up the second half.
The man's a bad man. Miltiades Kulelis, what a great runner of the football. Really taking charge of this offense right now in the absence of Gianluca Maraca. So just to see him break open the second half with such a bruising run like that, it must fire the team up.
Fresh set. Matt Murray handing the ball back off to Kialis. Kialis toughing out those yards, grinding out a short gain.
Yeah, not once has he moved back in his running. Kulelis has just been a battering ram of a ball carrier for this Hurricanes offense, and really what a wonderful signing he was in this offseason. Of course, coming from the University of Guelph. Learned a lot out there, I believe, and I don't want to say it, so take it with a grain of salt. I believe he's from out west.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's where he's from. I believe he's a BC guy, but he is surely making his mark for the Steel City Hamilton
Some
Hurricanes.
confusion here for the Hamilton Hurricanes. 2nd and 5. Clock's running. Matt Murray looking to pass. Pocket collapsing, keeps his eyes downfield. Complete! Caught! And they're back in the red zone. That's a beautiful catch. Beautiful pass and catch for the Hamilton Hurricanes offense. Number 80, Wes Weens with the catch here. Great play recognition by Matt Murray, scrambling out of the pocket as he was crumbling down to keep his head down or his eyes downfield and find Wes Weens for the massive gain. And they're back in the red zone, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Hamilton Hurricanes.
Yeah, Wes Weens is really making a case to join up with Kulelis for having the best performance so far today. Of course, having the 1 touchdown reception and then that massive catch on the sideline with a hand in his face as well. Just a very magnetic watch.
Kulelis takes the snap, and he's trying to turn the corner, and he's going to slip.
Kulelis was just unable to get the angle, and then he slipped as well. A lot of guys really slipping.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but
I know
a lot
we're
of guys are slipping on this turf here.
I know we're in Canada, but I do know it's a summer day here. The ice has been melted for a lot of months now.
Yeah, truly has. So I'm not sure why it's so slippery, but at least it's well enough to play on. So
Kulelis in the shotgun. He's most likely going to take it himself again, and he is. And they're going to try and go up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed. But I think, again, they're in 3-down territory. I think they're going to go for it on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, and that was a really nice showing from this Sioux College D-line, which has just been exemplary all day today, really making it hard to open up running lanes through the middle of the line of scrimmage. And as you can see right there, down to Kulelis with yet another attempt, and this is going to make for a big 3rd down here.
Kulelis going for his 3rd attempt. It looks like he's going to take it himself once again on the direct snap, and he is. And he's going to try and punch his way into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Miltiades Kulelis have a day. What a performance so far for the great number 34 for this Hamilton Hurricanes offense. As you can see, they ran that play a number of times in the red zone, and then it is just hard to stop with a guy that size. It's almost like the tush push in the NFL, just hard to stop.
It's like what I do when I play Madden, just run the same play over and over and over again until it works. And that's exactly what the Hurricanes are doing here when they're in the red zone. And it works, and they're up.
Just run 4 verts the whole time.
4 verts when you get in the red zone. QB sneak, QB sneak, QB sneak. Tush push now because they added that in Madden. But here we go, the point after attempt. And it's good. 21-17, 11-47 remaining in the 3rd quarter. That's a perfect way to start the 2nd half for the Hamilton Hurricanes.
First drive, punch the ball into the end zone, and, bruising runs along the way kind of not demoralize the defense. Well, I mean, that is the goal, but still kind of just put it on them so much physically that by the time they're going to the red zone, they're worn down. Just a really nice drive from this Hamilton Hurricanes team. In my opinion, is what Hurricanes football is. It's exemplified by tough defense and then bruising, hard-nosed running.
A lot of grit.
Blocking, a lot of grit. And it all came together to culminate in a very nice touchdown drive. So
a terrific opening drive of the 2nd half.
And might I add, they took a good deal of time off the clock.
Yeah. And that's how you open up the 2nd half. That's how you open up the 2nd half. Jaden Trudeau, one of the returners for the Cougars. Don't think they're going to want to kick it his way after 4 return touchdowns last season. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Big booming kick as it's going to be bouncing into the back of the end zone. And that is going to be a single for the Hurricanes. What a booming kick. Is that Canabrava?
Oh, miss Canabrava. Miss him around
Miss him,
practice.
but it's all good. We got the new improved Canabrava and Rochadrowski.
Yeah, he's really a reliable kicker. And he's somebody that you can ask to make kicks from a really good distance like Canabrava was last year. Such a great long-distance kicker was Canabrava. But Wojciechowski is kind of cut from the same cloth, and he has been everything that the Hurricanes have wanted in their next kicker to succeed, Gabriel Canabrava.
Here comes this Cougars offense for the first time in this second half. Emerson Peterkin had a terrific drive to end the first half. Handing it back off to Mustafa. Mustafa slips.
He's going to be downed by Hayden Paul coming off that edge and able to get his hand on the ankle of Mustafa.
Seems like everybody is playing on skate this afternoon. Slippery surface here in Burlington. 2nd and 9 for the Cougars. Peterkin looking. In the middle of the field, incomplete. The number 6, Malachi Price.
Yeah, the ball was just too far behind Price. It's going to go down with an incomplete pass, and
2 and out.
Ball's going to change hands. Going to be Hurricanes ball.
2 and out for the Cougars here as they're going to punt this football away.
10:30 and counting.
10 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Tyrese Gibson is one of the returners, and they get the punt off. And it's a short punt. The ball is bouncing, and he's going to jump on it and roll out of bounds. After a terrific opening drive of the second half, here comes Matt Murray in this Hurricanes offense, and it looks like they're humming.
Absolutely, coming off a really strong drive that ended in Kulelis' touchdown. Matt Murray, of course, having thrown a bomb to Wes Weens in the end zone in the first half, just before halftime, to tie the game up momentarily for the Hurricanes, and of course hit Wes Weens on the sideline as well. So let's see if he can keep this rhythm going.
Matt Murray handing the ball off to Koyalis. He's playing a terrific game. He's finding the hole. He's going to fight off contact, drop the shoulder, and he's going to fight for those extra yards.
Kulelis has just been a monster throughout this whole game.
That's
Guys
a big boy run right there.
Look at the replay here, folks. There are humans that are literally bouncing off of Kulelis. Not easy to bring a guy like that down. He's got size, he's got speed.
Built like a fullback, runs like a feature back.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to describe it. And we have an injured Cougar on the ground right now. It's hard to make out what number the player in question is wearing, but hopefully he's okay.
Solid running attack for the Hamilton Hurricanes to open up this second half. Koyalis has been having a terrific week one, a terrific game today.
Yeah, the injured player in question was number 95, Jaden Brennan, but he's making his way off the field under his own weight, so that's good to see.
Fresh set of downs for this Hurricanes offense. Feels like they are flying right now. Carlias takes the ball again, and he's going to grind those yards out. A tough cookie to crack. And it's going to be second down. 2nd and 4, it seems like.
What a great atmosphere here at Nelson Stadium as well. We have the convenience of being perched directly above the barbecue. There is a grill
Smells
going
great.
here. It smells amazing. The fans are here. There's kids here. We got the Hamilton Hurricanes alumni. We got guys who played on the 1993 squad that were conference champions. It is a very festive atmosphere here at Nelson Stadium in Burlington, Ontario, on this wonderful day to commemorate the opening of the OFC season.
The play that just happened, Matt Murray misses his target, and it's going to result in a 3rd down, and they're going to bring out the punt team.
And there you see Jaden Trudeau on your screen. He is getting ready to return this ball, as Daniel has said multiple times. 4 return touchdowns last year, so
A
definitely-
scary returner.
yeah, somebody to monitor for sure with the ball in his hands and special
Slow
teams.
snap, and he gets the punt off.
Great kick, however.
Beautiful kick. Trudeau with the return, and the Hamilton Hurricanes special teams is going to be there to tackle him on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, right there, number 33, Quentin Joseph bringing down Trudeau. Not even a few seconds after he hauls the ball in. Trudeau hasn't had much room to run on these special teams returns. And what a great tackle there from Joseph, tracking him down from behind.
They have really contained Jaden Trudeau this afternoon, and I think that had to be one of their keys to success in this game. Minimize Trudeau's afternoon.
Referees just taking a few moments to go over some things here. Spot of the ball, likely the point of conversation as the Cougars are moving up to around the 20-yard line. I think actually the 20-yard line is where the ball is going to be spotted. So
The ball is going to be spotted on the 20-yard line. It's going to be a first and 10 for the Cougars offense. Emerson Peterkin trying to get something going for the Cougars this quarter.
And he's been good today. He's been very good today. He's
Yep.
been great at directing traffic, making timely throws, running when he needs to as well.
Mufasa with the ball, trying to find a hole, and he is. He's having defenders just bounce right off of him for a strong gain.
Looked like he was brought down in the end by number 52, Darian Joseph. So back-to-back Joseph tackles between the brothers. Quentin, of course, on special teams, and Darian coming in to finish the job on Mustafa on that play.
Second and manageable for Peterkin. He's going to fake the handoff, throw it quick, and it's incomplete. The quick rollout pass is incomplete, and it's going to be another 2-0 for the Cougars offense.
Yeah, in a game that's this tight, especially now for the Cougars who are down, you can't afford to have mistakes like that. Drop passes are going to kill you, especially now that we're winding down to the tail end of this third quarter, and we're just about 10 minutes into it.
Fast-paced third quarter. One returner back, or never mind, 2 returners back for the Hurricanes. Gets the punt off.
Got a
As
flag
another
already.
short punt. It's going to bounce right out around the 55, and the Hurricanes are going to jump on it immediately.
Kyle Buchanan downing the ball, falling on it.
There is a flag on the play.
Flag was thrown as soon as the ball was snapped. And it looks like it's on the Hurricanes.
Too many men on the field for the Hamilton Hurricanes. So bring back out the defense for this Hurricanes team and bring back out the Cougars offense. Fresh set of downs for the Sault College Cougars after the flag for too many men. Sam Mufasa finds a massive gaping hole, and he gets the first down.
Very nice blocking from the offensive line, the interior O-line. In particular, the player you called out before that around the left guard, left tackle area on Mustafa's massive run to
Braxton Clark.
Braxton Clark, yeah, his side of the offensive line opened up some great lanes for Mustafa right there.
I think everybody on this offensive line for Sault College have been terrific today, especially Anthony Hancock. Fresh set, Peterkin looking back to throw, trying to find in the middle of the field, pass caught, completed, and is going to be down at the 40-yard line. That's going to be number 9, Gabe Barkley.
And Darian Joseph nearly got a hand on that ball there, but the zip on it was just too much, beat Joseph, and Peterkin was able to find his man.
Peterkin looking poised in the pocket as he steps up. Mufasa almost stopped in his tracks at the back of the field, but then he creates a big gain out of it. Now it's going to be another first down for the Cougars offense, who got another life on this drive after the too many men flag.
You're seeing them go more towards Mustafa, I feel, like later on in this game. There was a while where after his massive run, he wasn't utilized as much as I thought he would be. Peterkin instead doing more of the literal and the
Peterkin on the run, showing off his stiffness. He can smell the end zone, but he trips up. What a solid run by Peterkin, but it looks like the Turf Monster got him there. Great rollout of the pocket there, showing off his shiftiness, and then just gets tripped up. The Turf Monster ate his foot.
Yeah, the pocket awareness for Peterkin has been just on point all day so far. Really making these timely runs to escape the pocket when he feels pressure, as you saw right there, and he was able to gain extra.
Jaden Ralph in the game. Mustafa needed a breather. First and goal. Handing it to Ralph. Ralph walks into the end zone, and that's going to be a Cougar touchdown. Cougars regain the lead. What a great job by the offensive line, blocking, open up the hole right there. Anthony Hancock, the right guard, and William Bryan, the right tackle, open up a ginormous hole for Ralph.
Yeah, and it looks like, well, at first it looked like there is a cane on the ground that seems to be kind of feeling the pressure, or not the pressure, excuse me, the pain of that last play. I believe it might be Juju Trench. But what this is showing me is just how much firepower the Sioux really has in terms of their offense. And when they look somewhat lifeless on offense, they have the ability to flip a switch and have it all come back. And
That was a
very well executed drive, and it really was all because of Peterkin. Peterkin was the one who was the orchestrator of that entire thing, finding guys, making timely runs when he felt pressure in the pocket. So it just, to me, shows the riches that they have all over this offense. That we're not even talking Jaden Trudeau. We're talking like Aaron Beachy. We're talking these other guys that have had big impacts today. Even look at the left guard, Braxton Clark, Sam Mustafa, of course.
the whole
Rylan
entire
Barco.
offensive line.
The whole entire offensive line has been great today. So it's tough to find a way to beat a team like that. It is really tough, and it's harder, in my opinion, to keep them down and out of the game.
It is.
Yeah.
And the point after attempt is good. 24-22 here in the third quarter of play of week 1 of the OFC Conference.
What a treat of a game we're getting, though, to open off this
Beautiful
open up the conference this season.
Beautiful afternoon here in Burlington.
Yeah.
A great football game. It just and the barbecue right in front of us smells terrific. It's honestly a great day.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go eat some food after this. It's been making me hungry all day.
Yeah,
but
the stomach's growling right now.
Yeah. But you know what I'm even more hungry for? Football.
NFL preseason is off.
Yep.
CFL's in mid-season form. U Sports is right around the corner, and then the Canadian Junior Football League is off and humming.
So what you're saying is that life is good.
Life is great right now. Terrific. And here we go. Another short kick. And they're trying to get it. And they did get it. The Cougars got the onside kick. Wow, what a play by this Cougars special team. And then they're going to set up an enemy territory. What a beautiful executed job right there by the Cougars. And I know the special teams coordinators over there for the Cougars, Mike Reed and Steve Silver McLeod, are pumped up right now.
What a kick by Nick Vecchio as well, to put that right on the money so that his teammate can go in and secure the ball back for the Sioux. That was unforeseen.
I did not expect that one bit, and I know it caught the Hamilton Hurricanes off guard right there. But now the momentum is kind of shifting back to the Cougars offense as this defense is getting tired staying on the field once again. And here comes Peterkin. Peterkin looking back to throw. Quick out to Trudeau. Trudeau gets his couple extra yards.
Tackled by Tyson Paul on the outside. But now the ball is back in the hands of the team that established a bigger sense of momentum, which is something that, it's not great. It's not great if you're the Hurricanes.
They're going up against the Hurricanes are tired right now.
It's hot outside too, just so the folks know. It's somewhat cool in here. We got a bit of a breeze, but out on the field, it's pretty hot.
Here we go. 1st and 10 Cougars. Peterkin looking back to throw again in the end zone. Incomplete. What a great pass breakup by the Hurricanes. Number 9, Luca Gallo.
Luca Gallo, there he is. One of the best players on this team last year, showing what he can do on that play this year. Wow. And you know what? It looked like he could have intercepted that, but the fact that he had almost the foresight and the great anticipation to make his break onto the ball, what a play from Luca Gallo. And that's not the first play we've seen from him breaking up a pass today. So 2 passes deflected on the stat sheet.
Fakes the handoff, throws it out wide to number 9.
That's Barkley.
Barkley once again. The quick fake handoffs and the throwing it right down to the sidelines. But it's going to bring out the field goal unit for the Cougars.
Very timely play made by Gallo to slow down the momentum that the Sioux was playing with, and now they're going to settle for a field goal attempt.
Vecchio. Fakes the field goal. Trudeau takes it himself, and Trudeau gets in the end zone off of the fake field goal. Touchdown, Cougars, but there is a flag on the play. But that's a perfect opportunity having Trudeau as your holder so you can have fakes like that. Brings it out to the outside, eats the corner, and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars, but what's the flag on?
It's not going to stand. It's not going to stand. It's going to come right back.
Holding on Sault Ste. Marie. It's coming back. That was a little bit of an exciting play right there, though.
That was. And you know what? Based on,
they're going to repeat.
They like their trickery.
They do. That would have been stellar right there. But now they're going to try a long field goal. Oh, are they trying to? They're about to punt this. Trying to see if they can get a single and bring it to it instead of a 2-point game into a 3-point game.
This is interesting.
This is super interesting. High snap, gets it down. And he just doesn't get it in the end zone, or is it going to bounce in the end zone? Oh, no, they touched it. The Hurricanes touched the ball. But it's going to be no yards. Antoine Daly was the returner in the back of the end zone there. But it's going to be no yards, most likely.
121.
Down to the tail end of this third quarter here. A minute and 21 seconds remaining.
Sault College's special teams coordinator is thinking. He's thinking a lot today. Mike Reed and Steve McLeod trying to catch this Hurricanes off guard as much as possible. It's been a terrific afternoon. Expanding the special team playbook.
Yeah.
But here comes Matt Murray and the Hurricanes offense once again. After a long breather, they had a minute 20 remaining in the third quarter. Fakes the handoff, throws it quickly outside. Wes Weens with the catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Hurricanes.
Very nice catch and catch there from Matt Murray to Wes Weens. You're seeing them establish a connection here that, of course, goes back to the touchdown pass, but both of them are really on top of things so far.
Quick passes are their best friend right now. Jaden DeYoung is in the backfield right now. Matt Murray pump fakes. He sees pressure in his face. He's going to use his legs, and he just gets sacked for a massive loss.
And I'm not entirely sure why he didn't throw the ball away, but You got to give it to the Sioux College defense there, getting after him. He had 3 bodies right on him the whole time. And now Matt Murray doesn't look like he's doing okay. He's holding his left knee.
Look at the pressure right here by the Sault Ste. Marie College defensive line. Pressure right away. Speed. And then Matt Murray was trying to outrun them instead of throwing it away. And it's going to be a long 2nd down for the Hurricanes. And it looks like Matt Murray's just cramping up a little bit right now. They're attending to him. Hopefully he's all right.
Let's hope that's all it is, because that looked like he went down weirdly.
And the backup quarterback is Ethan
Balthazar.
Balthazar.
He's very talented. He's a Hamilton guy too. He's from he played his football at St. Thomas More.
St. Thomas More, once upon a time, one of the best high schools.
Maybe the best high school football team in Canada for a little
Yep.
bit. And Matt is jogging off under his own weight right now. So Balthazar is probably going to come in for a little bit until Murray can maybe go back in, or let's hope it's nothing serious, of course. Obviously, it's a good sign for him to be moving off on his own feet. But
This will be the last play of the quarter.
Last play of the 3rd quarter right here. Balthazar in the backfield here for Matt Murray, as he's going to be out for 3 plays most likely, but they hand it off. Oh, he finds a massive hole. That is Jaden DeYoung. But it's not going to be enough for the 1st down, and it's now going to be, brings out the punt team for the Hurricanes.
and that's going to signal the end of this 3rd quarter here.
And we're going to the 4th quarter. Cougars up 2 points, 24-22 as we head to the 4th quarter. An entertaining 3rd quarter here, but now it's going to be a long 3rd down for the Hurricanes as they're going to punt this away back to the Cougars. And the Cougars offense seems like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. They're playing with the sense of openness that they weren't really in the 1st half. You're seeing Peterkin spread the ball out a little bit more, as well as take it himself.
Great punt. Trudeau trying to get it off the paw, and he's just going to bounce right on it, and it's going to be no yards. That's a great right there of Braxton Clark and the offensive line.
Yeah, Braxton Clark has just been a machine this whole day, opening up lanes for Mustafa and the backup running back as well as also like keeping things clean for Peterkin to survey things and then make his decisions.
Peter King has been using his athleticism to his advantage today and has really caught this defense line off guard, and now they've pushed more of the linebackers in the box. But here we go. Opening drive of the 4th quarter here. Peter King hanging it off to Mufasa, but he faked it last second. Peter King with the spin, and he slides.
The shiftiness from Peterkin is just...
I love how it was last
amazing to
second,
watch.
takes it himself last second as he pushes off Musasa. Look at right here, pushing him off a little bit as he takes it himself and slides. Smart play right there by Peterkin.
That spin move was deadly as well.
Mobile quarterbacks, gotta love them all.
Yep, unless you're playing against them.
Yeah. There we go, 2nd and manageable distance here for the Cougars. Peter King handing it off to Mustafa. Mustafa fighting for the 1st down, but the Hurricanes defense is going to drive him back, and it's going to become 3rd and short.
Mustafa hasn't had his run of the mill like he's
since that since that second drive of the game where he exploded for that 80-plus yard touchdown. I would like to say the Hurricanes have done a great job on containing him since then.
Yeah, I would say they have as well. I think, honestly, given the way that things are going in since it's the fourth quarter, now maybe the focus needs to be more on just containing Peterkin.
Here comes their short yardage quarterback. Jokic takes it himself, and he finds the hole, and he gets the first down and a little bit more for the Cougar squad.
Nice run there from Jokic to get things going.
I love the short yardage squad that they have here for the Cougars. Jokic coming in, gets the first down. But they haven't moved the sticks just yet. Wonder what they're communicating about. But
and now there seems to have been a penalty enforced, which is pushing the Sioux way back.
But it'll be first down. It happened after the play. Unnecessary roughness by the Cougars, but because it happened after the first down, they still got a fresh set of downs, but the yards don't mean anything now. But here we go. Right on the 55-yard line. The good old 55. Peterkin. To Mufasa. Mufasa trying to find himself a hole with his patience running, and he gains around 6 yards.
Good job from the Hurricanes defensive line there, closing gaps and making it difficult for Mustafa to get a handle on that run.
Second and medium for the Cougars. Peterkin throws it quick. Oh, breaks off one, breaks off another one, and he's going to be met immediately by number 15.
Juju Trench, nice tackle from number 15 there.
There's Juju Trench. Passes the name test, Juju Trench. And it's going to be third down.
One of your favorite guys, eh?
I love the name.
Yeah, the name is good. Juju Trench is a really good name. Here you see the replay here. He gets it off to his receiver. Breaks a few tackles, but nobody's fooling Mr. Trench there.
And here comes the Cougars punt team.
12:09.
Still only a 2-point game between these two sides. Hurricanes are going to be getting the ball again.
Gets the punt off, a booming kick. Number 22 is going to try to return it, but he almost muffed it, and he was met immediately. That was number 22, Tyrese Gibson on the return right there. The ball going right through his arms, but luckily he could pick it up immediately. But it looks like he got ran into his own teammate there.
Happens in the heat of things, in the heat of battle.
In the heat of battle, the heat of war,
Yep.
it happens. But here comes Hurricanes offense. I'm pretty sure Matt Murray is making his way back onto the field. What a trooper. Here we go, battling through some pain to see if they can go down and win this game. Or take the lead. A little too early to say win the game. Murray looking to pass. Rolling out of the pocket. Stops. Slings it. Finds Wes Weens right away. That's a good completion. Probably one of his favorite targets today, Weens.
Yeah, him and Wes Weens have really established a good connection between the two of them. Here you see Weens finding the space in between those two defenders to be open, and then Murray finding him on the run as well. Matt Murray's a very good thrower on the run, and that's probably the first time we've really seen him utilize his mobile throwing abilities this game, but nice first down for the Hurricanes.
Hands it off to Kialis. Kialis is going to be stuffed for a minimum gain. My fault. That was Jaden Diang.
10:41 and counting. 10:41 and counting.
10:41 and counting.
Second and long here. Matt Murray looking to throw downfield. One-on-one. Oh, almost intercepted. Trying to find Zach Pereira, but it almost came up. Intercepted. Trying to find Pereira down the sideline and almost intercepted. But it's going to be a third down, and out trots the punt team.
Yeah, and that is one of the many times he's tried to target Zach Pereira in sort of that same fashion as well, a vertical route. And Pereira was covered pretty tightly there. It was lucky that it was not an interception for Matt Murray. But it's you got to almost feel for Zach Pereira. I mean, he's had many favorable looks where he's run his route cleanly and then the ball just isn't there.
A lot of targets going his way this afternoon.
Matt Murray has really shown, though,
Booming punt.
some growth in between the first half and the second half.
Gets the return, trying to cut it to the outside. What a massive block, but that might be coming back. He's trying to break off one, and then he's just going to be out of bounds. But it could be coming back. That was Alfonso Kiala on the return there for the Cougars. But it's coming back for, I'm going to guess, a block in the back.
Number.
Here comes Peterkin, sorry. Emerson Peterkin. They're only up 2 right now.
Yep.
Close game. 9 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. It seems like it's going to come down to the wire about how both of these teams have been playing today. Peterkin, back to throw. Quick pass. Is that going to be enough for the first down? And they're going to be short. It's going to be second and short. Pass was intended for ours 2. Aaron Beachy seeing a lot of the football today.
Yeah, Beachy was tackled by Darian Joseph, and Keenan Aird as well.
Second and short.
The linebacking core for the Hurricanes has been awesome.
Phenomenal
all throughout
today. Beautiful today.
Awesome. Every single one of them. Anthony Rodriguez, Josh St. Louis, Hayden Paul. Everybody has been amazing.
To
for the
Mufasa.
linebackers.
Mufasa finds a hole. His explosive speed gains a lot of extra yards there. And that's Musafa. That's the Musafa that we saw last year. That's the Musafa we saw on the second drive. And now he picks up a lot with his legs right there.
Yeah, his first real big run, I would say, since the touchdown run in the first quarter. So let's see if he can kind of transform that into some more runs he could utilize throughout the rest of the game.
Showing off his explosive speed. Fresh set of downs for the Cougars. Peterkin, pressure in his face, slips it out to the screen. And what a great tackle right there by number 52.
Darian Joseph, yet again. He's having a great performance as well today. That's about 3 or 4 solo tackles for him, I believe, on the stat sheet.
Darian Joseph was not letting go to that leg.
No, and Darian Joseph as well, give him his flowers. Just coming off of the Junior Ticats OSFL championship team.
The U18 championship in the OSFL.
Staying in Hamilton, staying local, went to St. Jean de Brebeuf as well in Hamilton, and now he's suiting up for the Canes with his older brother.
There we go.
And their father, David Joseph as
well.
well.
Oh, right, as one of the coaches.
Staff.
Here you go, hands it off again, and it feels like the holes are starting to create for this Cougars offense. That was Jaden Ralph with the carry there, but it seems like this offensive line for the Cougars of Braxton Clark, Anthony Hancock, William Bryan, doing a terrific job on opening up these holes for their two running backs right here on Ralph and Mustafa. And then when we do see Jaden Downey.
Yeah, Jaden Ralph they've been really splitting the carries evenly between Mustafa and Ralph, which I like because it helps, save legs and all that. So
Jokic in for the short yardage on 3rd and short, and he gets it. And he got enough for the first down. And he
from our vantage point, it almost looked like he was short.
Yeah,
but
it looked like it was going to be for sure. Oh, let's see where they spot this ball, and it is going to be first down just by a hair for the Cougars to keep their drive alive.
7 minutes and counting. 7 minutes.
7 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
2-point game, 24-22. Cougars lead the Hurricane. Man, we are in for a big finish.
We're in for a ginormous finish here in Burlington at Nelson Field. A beautiful afternoon day. Peterkin in this offense, surviving this drive. Mufasa, and he gains a couple with his legs right there.
Yeah, Hayden Burt was on him as soon as he got the ball.
Hayden
Nice job
Burt
by Hayden
closing
Burt.
on the holes quickly, doing a terrific job.
Yeah, beautiful play here from Hayden Burt. Sheds his tackle, gets one arm on Mustafa, and even then, with just one arm, you can see Mustafa's pace start to slow down.
That's what you have to contain. You have to contain his explosive speed, and I think the Hurricanes have done quite possibly a solid job in that today. Going right back to Mustafa. Mustafa, there's his explosive speed, and he breaks off too. There's the explosive speed we're talking about, and that's a touchdown for the Cougars. And is that going to be enough to put this game away?
Well, he's back. We were talking about him having, we haven't seen him much since the first quarter. Well, Sam Mustafa is back. 2 touchdown runs for him in this game.
Let's see the replay here. Sam Mustafa just slipping through the defenders today with his patience running, and then explodes out of there for a touchdown, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, it's going to make this 30-22 before the extra point. So this next drive now absolutely imperative that the Hurricanes score a touchdown.
5 minutes, 39.
And it looks like they're going for 2 here to put this into a 10-point game.
There he is, Sam Mustafa.
There's the
showing you
man
what
right
it's all
there.
about.
Yes, sir, Mustafa, last year's OFC rushing leader, having a day 2 today. I wish we had live stats because I would love to see what his number is at right now.
Well, he may be on his way to being a 2-time rushing leader, but I'll tell you one guy who has something to say, and that's Miltiades Koulilis.
I don't know
He
what we
might
haven't
have
seen him
something
the
to
last
say.
2 drives though.
Maybe
That's
they're
what's
conserving him.
conserving
maybe.
him for a big finish here. But you're right though. After we had a great running game here by both sides today, and the extra point is good. I thought they were going for 2 for a second. Instead, they brought out the point after attempt, and it's 31-22 for the Cougars. 5:49 remaining in the 4th quarter here of OFC action.
9-point game now, so definitely going to have to be a productive drive for this Hurricanes offense.
And
Just a reminder as well to folks, the Hurricanes next week will be traveling to Windsor to take on the St. Clair Saints at 7 o'clock.
the
next
OFC
Saturday.
Championship rematch.
Yep, OFC Championship rematch. Pretty big opening 2-game stretch for the Hurricanes, playing the Sault College Cougars and then the St. Clair Saints back-to-back.
And then Sault Ste. Marie is going to be at home for their home opener against Quinty next week. They were called the Skyhawks last year, and they're called the Riptides this year.
Yep, Quincy Riptide. Very excited to see what they can do on the field this
Love
year
the
as well.
love the colors that they have.
Yeah, the color scheme and the rebrand has been very well done up in Quinty.
Hopefully it translates to the field. Vecchio hoping to have a booming kick here. There we go. It's short. Gets the return. Need a big return here. But he's going to be swallowed. He's trying to break out of it. It's like he stopped in his tracks for a little bit right there on the return right there. It was Deshaun Buckham.
Yeah, Buckham just seemed like he had slow start when he receives the ball. He takes that initial step back, and it kind of kills his momentum a bit.
Can we talk about the Cougars' special teams? And just in this second half to start, it has been absolutely awesome.
It has been.
When they started off with that onside kick, you can call it, that was just a terrific job that they did. Matt Murray in this offense needs a big drive here with 5 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the game. Matt Murray looking to pass, trying to scramble out of the pocket, and he's going to be met, and that's a sack for this Cougars defense. Number 16, George Lim.
George Lim on the sack. First time we've called his name today, but a very, very clutch play there from George Lim to bring down Matt Murray in this very important drive for the Hurricanes as well.
And now it's going to be second and long for this offense. Matt Murray really just couldn't move out of the pocket quick enough there. And Lim with the sack. There you go. Time in the pocket. In the middle of the field. Pass caught and a massive hit, but he was down. What a hit. And they're calling that incomplete.
Yeah, the pass was intended for Aiden Smith-Balkasoon, and he's
Look at the replay
down.
here. I think he had control and made a football play, but what a hit. Boom. Bringing the boom, the Cougars defense. Aiden Smith-Balkasoon.
See this replay once again. So Murray throws to Balkasoon.
Ooh, maybe he did not have.
He didn't have.
Maybe he did
possession
not
of it.
make a football play right there. We're going to check this replay one more time. Perfect pass. And then boom, honestly, that was a great defensive play by the Cougars. It was a perfectly timed hit. And I think the officials got the call right there.
In terms of hits that kind of border on the clean, that was as clean as that hit could have.
I think that was a textbook hit.
Had he gone any higher,
That would have been.
he was already as high enough as he could have gone with that. And honestly, he's lucky that Balkasoon didn't move his body in a way so that all of a sudden he was going to hit number 6 in the head. But great to see him walking off, and what a tough receiver that guy is. Aiden Smith-Balkasoon, going to be a star of this team.
And he's jogging off on his own. That's a great sign to see. The Cougars defense laying the boom. You can really tell that they're playing with all the momentum in the world right now.
Absolutely they are. They firmly in control of this game, and it's going to take a pretty mighty effort for the Hurricanes to come back and win.
Rojasowski punting from his own end zone here. Waiting patiently, and there we go. Clock violation by the Hurricanes. And now they're going to be punting. I think they're going for the single here.
Yeah. Looks like that's what they're going to go for here.
To bring in within, instead of a 9-point game, it's going to be a 10-point game. Gets the snap, takes the knee, and that's a single. Cougars 32, Hurricanes 22. 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Sault Ste. Marie College, all the preseason hype that they've had, all of the talk around town, the talk around this Canadian Junior Football League, the OFC Conference, they've really put it on display today in this second half. And I have to say, great special teams play, great defense. Defense looked like it woke up. I thought they were a little bit sleepy coming out of halftime, but they've really woke up in this second half.
Yeah, they really have woken up in the second half. And Emerson Peterkin has just been amazing in the second half, directing traffic, as well as Sam Mustafa with his second touchdown run of the day. Guys like Aaron Beachy, Nick Vecchio at kicker has been fantastic.
Fantastic
He's
game.
been fantastic. Gabe Barkley. Jaden Trudeau has made his impact.
The
Braxton-
offensive line,
the offensive
everybody.
line, Braxton Clark and John Lamalu on the left-hand side.
One more score. Oh, it's 33-22, my fault. But it fakes the handoff. Peterkin looking out deep downfield to number 2 in the basket, and it's caught. Breaks off the tackle, and he's going to try to break off another one while he's pushed out of bounds. What a massive play by Marcus Williams.
What a really, really, really well-run route by Marcus Williams.
What a
here.
beautiful play by
And a
Peterkin.
Beautiful ball from Emerson Peterkin to Marcus
Right in
Williams.
the bucket.
Right in the breadbasket, as you said. And Luca Gallo with a really big tackle to push him out of bounds there. Saves the touchdown. But what a nice connection from Emerson Peterkin to Marcus Williams.
A player that the Hurricanes are missing today, Janal Williams.
Yes, Janal Williams has his shoulder is bugging him, so he's not playing today. And also Gianluca Maraca as well, who got hurt in the first half. Hopefully those two are going to be okay.
Here we go, Mufasa with his patience running, and he gets into the end zone for another score of the day. And look at the celebration. That's a hat trick for Sam Mufasa, who led the OFC in rushing, and he had a pair of touchdowns last season. Patience running, and then he just walks into the end zone and potentially puts this game to bed.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for the Hurricanes to come back from a 39, possibly going to be a 40-22 deficit. Opportunities came, and some of them weren't taken advantage of, but the Sioux seems to have taken advantage of most of theirs, and Emerson Peterkin has been great today. Sam Mustafa with a hat trick of touchdowns as Nick Vecchio puts the extra point through. It's going to make it 40-22. It's been a pretty good all-around performance.
Sault Ste. Marie Cougars, College Cougars, they have a star in the making here with Emerson Peterkin.
Yeah.
Look at his arm talent, his athleticism, his mobile, his running ability, everything he would put on full display this afternoon, and it's been a great sight to see. And now a tough test for the Hurricanes next week against St. Clair, the Saints, the OFC champions. And they're going to have most likely Janal Williams back. That's going to be ginormous help for this Hurricanes defense, which needed it today. But overall, I think this was a great learning curve of a game for the Hurricanes, and this is something that they can build on. There was a lot of success you could take from week 1, in my eyes here, for the Hurricanes. And now I think getting Matt Murray a lot more comfortable in the pocket, letting him use his legs a lot more. You're going to see it on full display next week, and it's going to be a great matchup next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one next week. It's definitely a notable one to look out for. You're right. You just got to take the positives as well from a coaching perspective. You got to take the positives and analyze those and see what you can build on for next week. But
big booming kick taken out of the end zone, and it's a fumble. It got stripped right out of his arms, and that's a Cougars football. A clean strip right there, and that's a Cougars football. Look at this. Let's see the replay right here. The cleanest strip I've seen. A textbook strip of the ball right here. And he gets it right out. Just grabs it. That's a Cougars football. Three minutes left in the fourth quarter in this game, and what a terrific afternoon it was. Sault Ste. Marie College.
Yeah, it's
Emerson Peterkin.
Yeah, it's been
Sam Mufasa. Go ahead.
No, it's just it's been honestly staggering to see the amount of offensive talent that they have. Such a huge jump from last year as well. And last year they were a very, very good team, but now the Sioux College Cougars are putting the league on notice right now. They're doing things that
in their second
season. So it is a
Wizard takes, DMs me, and he goes, "Told you about Peterkin," and he was right all of the whole time.
Shout out the Wizard himself. Wizard takes.
Here we go. Peterkin still in the game, handing the ball off And they're going to go nowhere. That was a big tackle by number 97,
Hayden Burt.
Hayden Burt.
Yet again, Hayden Burt. He's had a pretty pronounced impact on this game, but it's hard to notice because he plays on the interior D-line. But Hayden Burt is a behemoth of a man, and he is also very, 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 and almost scarily fast and quick for
Hayden
his size.
Burt,
He is a
6'4", 300 of pure beast.
yeah, somebody that you don't want to line up against. He's
Jokic.
very talented.
Jokic in the game now. Quick pass, but that's going to touch the turf, and that's going to be incomplete. And it's going to come down 3rd and long. Good to see. Jaden Downey was also in the game to play before. It feels like now these guys are going to start, the backups are going to come in and play now, probably for the remainder of the game a little bit here with 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Or 1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to get number 12, Ethan Balthazar, to come out and quarterback the Hurricanes for the rest of this game, as Matt Murray's likely going to take a seat, and you will see him back next week, a week from today, against the St. Clair Saints.
Vecchio going to get this punt off, and he just does. To number 22, Tyrese Gibson gets it, and he returns. Look at his speed. Ooh, bounces off one. There was a lot of steam heading his way right there. Bounces off of him. Keeps it going for a minimum gain.
Nice little return from Tyrese Gibson here. His get-off speed, like you said, is very impressive. And in practice, he's such a quick player on returns. It's really, really, really crazy to watch.
Here comes Balthazar in for the Hamilton Hurricanes. And then you also have Ethan Balthazar in at quarterback to finish off this game. 1:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tyrese Gibson in the backfield. Balthazar hands it off. And there's going to be no gain on this play.
Yeah, and ball is handed off to Will Harvey. So the first time we're calling his name today, but Will Harvey, great guy, great player as well, and it's awesome to see him getting in right now.
And it's the final minute of this ball game. What a treat this game was.
Yeah.
I think both teams, obviously the Cougars are going to take massive they're going to take massive good looks at this game and be like, wow, this was a great success for week 1. Hurricanes, I think there's a lot of things they can work on, but I think the guys say there's a lot of positives. And there's Hustle right there with the catch. Number 23.
And if you think about just the first half, it ended 17-14. Well, now we're at 40-22. So this has been a pretty explosive
and then
second half.
That first drive of the second half for the Hurricanes, it felt like this was going to be a shootout, but then ever since that, they didn't score anything.
Yeah.
But here we go. That was a great catch by Ben Hustle.
This is likely going to be the last play of the game as well.
And there we go. Balthazar trying to scram out of the pocket. He's going to take it as himself. And he's down at the 50-yard line. And that's the ball game. And that's the ball game. The Sault Ste. Marie Cougars takes this game 40-22. Cougars start 1-0. Hurricanes start 0-1. Hurricanes travel to Windsor to take on the OFC champions of St. Clair Saints. The Cougars have their home opener next week against the Quinte Riptides. Nick, what's your takeaway from this game for both teams?
Very explosive start to the season for the Sault College Cougars. Very impressed by Emerson Peterkin as well as Sam Mustafa.
He's a star in the making, Emerson Peterkin.
And there was a lot of good things I saw from the Hurricanes as well. The emergence of some new players like Miltiadis Koulilis. I saw some great performances from Hayden Burt, Luca Gallo among them, to say a few names. Of course, Gianluca Morocco was playing very well. Wes Weens had a massive game also. And Matt Murray, all very notable performances today. So
I think Matt Murray is going to build off this game tremendously. First game as the starter for the Hurricanes. Sault Ste. Marie blew my mind away with Emerson. Peterkin, that's a star in the making right there. But overall, a great afternoon here in Burlington at Nelson Field. I'm Daniel Federico, and that is Nick Tazio, and this has been OFC Football. Take care, everybody.
Ciao.